Oh, well played, Patrick Rafter. Again, that superb athletic ability at the net.
30.
Yes, it's good to watch, and it's one thing to put away these sort of things on a fast court, an indoor court, a grass court, but super play, he's almost animal-like at the net to put it away on clay. Not a very powerful serve, but Woodforde string's actually sounding pretty loose to me. The ball almost catapulting off that forehand return.
Well, he's playing extraordinarily well, and that was extraordinary. Like it does have a chance to come back the other side, but it did. And I don't think anyone can really believe it, but he is playing well, and he does lead now by 3 games to love. Closing out to a 3-love lead. And we talked about his commitment. He looks very focused indeed through at the beginning of this match.
Saveur de terroir.
We had technical problems along the way in our studios just the other side of the Seine. I hope you'll bear with us, but you're back with us now. It's 3-love to Rafter, that's for sure.
Yes, the way the ball struck the net and went over at the end of the last game, the net looks very loose, too loose really, almost like a Wimbledon net.
Rafter had these real bad injuries at the Australian Open last year, and it was interesting, his quotes afterwards. He said that the 4 months he had to take out made him a stronger person, and he realized what he was missing and how much it meant to him. Not that he seemed to be lacking in motivation before, but it seemed to, if anything, increase it.
We hear that so often from the players. It really, I think, suggests that players ought to take more breaks if they can during a year, just to refresh themselves, reinvigorate, get back to basics, work on the weaknesses, don't neglect the strengths. Sometimes it's too many weeks in a row, too much on the go.
They obviously know each other's play well. They both read each other like a book there. Rafter was scurrying across to hit the backhand before Woodforde had played it, and then Woodforde stood his ground. It's pretty dark here, the darkest we've seen. Sun all the way until yesterday. And breezy too, but nowhere near the problem that we had yesterday, which must have been a nightmare.
Yes, it's a lot easier by comparison for the players today, and I'm sure after the heavy winds of the previous few days it must almost seem dead calm for them. I think he was onto that. Woodforde really stretching forward, wasn't covering the shot particularly well.
That was a poor shot by Woodforde standards.
Yes, he's a mixture of the two hands and the one hand. He predominantly used the one-handed slice, but every now and again we'll see Woodforde use his right hand as well.
Avantage Woodforde.
He's such a canny player. One's liable to say he uses all his experience, but I think he's always been pretty cagey.
Woodforde.
Worth a try. Yes, in big tournaments we see Woodforde at the major stages in doubles, but a match that almost identifies him for me is when he beat Philippoussis last year in the Australian Open. You talked about canniness. He just outthought Philippoussis from beginning to end.
Overwhelmed him, didn't he? Just in 3 straight sets. After Philippoussis, of course, had beaten Sampras, but then Woodforde's year slipped after that because he lost to Philippoussis twice thereafter during the course of last year. You'd have thought after that drubbing that Philippoussis wouldn't have been able to get back, but it says a lot for Philippoussis that he did.
First ace.
He'll average a few more aces than will Woodforde during the course of a match. Well, it was a smash, missed because the technique faltered, but I think in the course of it, hitting a badly timed smash, he actually broke a string as well. Certainly wasn't the string that led to the missed shot. One of the highest lobs we've seen. You can see they're really uncomfortable looking smash.
Bruno Ribeur, the man who's in charge of all the umpires here, is in charge of racket restringing as well.
Yes, he's got one of Rafter's ones there. Lovely half volley. I was talking about covering the shot, the way he embraced it, and Woodforde's just very much the opposite. Really still looking a little tense to me, Woodforde.
Nothing like anticipation, but you try and hope it's in the right direction. Rafter, with or without his new racket, is the boss here. 4-1. Just underway on the court. Suzanne Longlong. Arazi has held his serve. Opening set. Keep you up to date with that one. Here, 1-4.
Settle. Premier service.
Well, he read it right.
30-0.
The technique faulty trying to bring it in.
Yes, the left-hander tends to centre his game so often on the right-hander's backhand side, but I think against Rafter he may actually pay dividends, giving Rafter a few more forehands, because Rafter has the power there, but the technique is more lacking on the forehand side.
40-0.
Rafter against left-handers this year is 5-0. Beaten Solzenstein and Mark Woodforde twice, Thomas Muster and Jeff Taranga.
Woodforde. Rafter met pas 4 jeux à 2.
Still the break that Rafter had in Woodforde's opening service game divides them, and it's looking very difficult to equalise.
The cloudy conditions means that the ball not quite as fast through the air today.
Yes, for once he looked a little tentative there. Footwork not quite right, and a little slow to get it right.
Yes, he didn't really get enough pace on that. He was so busy trying to get his feet, etc., into position. In the end, it wouldn't have been a hard hit volley.
Anything shoulder height in the barb, he doesn't hit in an orthodox way. In there, just need a little help from the net cord to see it over. Low volleys, though, he's very good.
Getting down to that one really nicely, but still not blistering pace on the shot. Very makeable passing shot by Woodforde, but he's still snatching at his game. Well, just as Woodforde had read the Rafter down the line backhand earlier on, here Rafter reads the Woodforde one down the line.